In this video, I'm going to walk you through the new Anstrex Pops spy tool. We're going to cover a lot of aspects regarding this software. We're going to start with an overview, who it is for, features, use case, and pricing options after the beta phase. And if you stay until the end, you'll get to see a full demo of all of the dashboard and the features being applied in a real use case scenario. And you also get the pros and cons near the end. So stay tuned if you would like to check that out. Hi, I'm Hugo from awaketech.com, and in this video I'm going to review and show you how Anstrex Pops works. If there's a specific section you want to check out, use the timestamps on the description as always and click on the chapter that you want to watch. You can also use the tool for free during the beta without any drawbacks, but this is limited and it will be paid sometime soon. If you want to check out the tool for yourself and test it, take a look at the dashboard, see if it would be a good match for your workload, then you can go to the link down in the description. It will be the first one. You click on that and then you can test the tool while it is still free. Anstrex is a company which provides spy tools for different ad formats such as push ads, native ads, pop ads, and there's even a new tool for finding the best performing dropshipping and e-commerce products. It makes the competitive research simple and easy. You sign up to use the tool that you need, you sort the ads to fit your criteria, your audience, your vertical, and you find the best performance between the whole bunch. You save them and even modify them, and you can even deploy the landing pages directly from the softwares. In most of the cases, you won't need to use any third-party landing page builder. In this case, we are covering the Anstrex Pops, which is the specific tool for pop ads format. This will save you a lot of time and also the budget that you would use on your ad campaigns, which is a plus, and you can use it to not only narrow down your variables that you are testing, which means that you are starting from offers, landers, and headlines that are already working instead of using what you think might work based on your research, and that will cut the learning curve in half and also allow you to get results much faster than what you would have without using a spy tool. Anstrex has a full suite of tools, which means that you can use this if you are a performance marketer, a media buyer. Content creators can also use their tools, even though they are mostly for ads, and they are also useful for dropshipping businesses, e-com managers, or consultants. In this particular case, the type of buyers that might benefit more from it are actually the performance marketing guys and also the media buyers, because they can use Anstrex to spy on the traffic source of their choice, saving time and increasing their conversion rates. The other tools included on the Anstrex suite can also be very useful. Content creators can check out the ads, because ads usually lead to high converting content and trending topics, which creators can take advantage of or implement on their content marketing plan. And with Anstrex, you can specifically use the filters to find out what are the latest ads and the ones that are trending in the short term, but also in the long term. As for dropshipping businesses or e-com store owners, testing products that are already selling will help you find winning products much faster. And for managers or consultants, sometimes businesses have no clue on how they should approach a certain audience, and you can get very good insights through Anstrex Spy tool. Of course, if you want to check out the other tools included on this suite, you can do so by signing up to Anstrex Pops and then going into the tool selection drop-down menu and selecting another tool, or you can check out the links down in the description to sign up for another Anstrex tool. First, before taking a look at the dashboard, I'm going to walk you through the Anstrex Pops official page, because it does do a great job summing up all of the features included on Anstrex Pops. Massively scale your next pop advertising campaign with Anstrex Pop Spy tool. You get access to hidden successful campaigns, accurate campaigns revealed by real mobile devices, both Android and Windows pop-up available. Now, I would correct this to mobile and desktop because you get access to more devices than just Android and Windows, including iOS and others. Data obtained using 130 plus mobile carriers, so this is important as well. If you sign up to a CPA network which has good mobile carriers, there are some which do have it, then having this information regarding mobile carriers is very important, and it will make your campaigns much more profitable if you can target that as well. A good example of a network that has pretty good mobile carrier offers is Mobipio, and you can also check it out. They also have an awesome landing page ripping tool, and this is a tool that will allow you to edit your landing pages without leaving Anstrex, and you don't actually need to open up your editor such as Sublime Text or anything like that to edit HTML. Most of the times you can modify landing pages, use them as templates, and put in your headlines, your text, your images, and everything like that without ever needing to use any external tools, which is pretty cool because other spy tools don't even have a landing page editing tool or a landing page builder. Here you can see they have some stats regarding what they have on their database, around 1,200,000 ads on their database. They also have 32 ad networks, which are the networks where affiliates and media buyers go to display their ads for the visitors. Then they also have up to 150 plus mobile carriers and also 92 countries, which are the GEOs. So here you can take a look at some of the ad networks that are compatible with Anstrex Pops, and as you can see it includes 32 of them, just like I said, some such as Propeller Ads, Zero Park, AdCache, Rich Ads, AdMaven, AdWrite, AdSupply, AdSterra, AdsCompass, and a lot more. So Anstrex provides accurate data from real mobile devices, not emulators. They also have real mobile carrier IP addresses and landing pages scrapped instantly. Just bear in mind this is a tool. I don't actually recommend you scrap a landing page and use it as is, but rather use it as a template which is already built up, where you change everything from the headline, text, images, logos, and all of that stuff yourself, instead of using landing pages that have already been out there and people might just not convert on them anymore. Then outstanding search capabilities, so they include a multitude of filters and sorting options. You also have landing page keyword searches and Boolean searching. This pretty much includes the option to search for expressions that can be constructed using Boolean logic and stored for future use, and I will show you that later on as well. So don't worry if you can't check out these images yet, I'm going to show you everything that's described on here. Then we have the landing page ripper and deployer. This is one of the features that I think that makes Anstrex a better overall tool when compared with other companies, because they also include a ripping tool but also a editor for your pages that's pretty much drag and drop, where you can also just add in and edit JavaScript, HTML, or just drag and drop elements. So best ripping tool, you can rip the landing pages without cloaked pages. You can edit and customize ripped pages, so they have a HTML editor for you to customize ripped pages, and you also have rapid development on a server, so you connect your server or more than one if you have them with Anstrex, and then you can upload your lender directly to your server via FTP or deploy it on AWS S3 bucket if that's what you are using. You don't need to download any files to your PC whatsoever. You also have detailed campaign analytics, so you can see what works. They scrap from tens of thousands of publishers to give you a complete picture of which targets are working for advertisers. So what this means is that when you are looking at an ad, they will show you a graph with percentages or the distribution for the traffic or even the placements, so you can see where the ads are being posted or in what sites they appear, which is a pretty good insight, because some placements might not work, but if your ad is similar to what you are looking at on Anstrex, chances are that if you use those same placements, some of them will give you very good results. Then there's also ad network insights, and this will try to accurately identify the ad network associated with each ad for further insights. In the affiliate campaign identification, every link on landing page is analyzed to identify affiliate offers to allow our users to focus on improving the ROI on their affiliate campaigns. So this is great great because if you work with affiliate marketing, you can figure out exactly which offer is being promoted, and if you are already signed up on that specific affiliate network which contains that offer, you can go there and quickly grab the link for it, or you can find the same exact offer on other networks or even some similar offers that still work very well because they have either a similar product, they have similar landing pages, and you can again find them on the same network or on other different affiliate networks. Then you have some testimonials right here if you want to check that out. This is something that you can take away from this video section, which I think is probably the most interesting one, which is the comparison table right here. So as you can see, they are comparing Anstrex, SpyPush and Adplexity. So here Anstrex has 32 plus total ad networks, while SpyPush has 8 and then Adplexity 9. And for the number of countries, Anstrex has 92, SpyPush has 95 and then Adplexity 75. Number of ads, as you can see, Adplexity and Anstrex have the most and they are fairly close. So with Anstrex you get access to 1.2 M+, then with SpyPush 200k and then with Adplexity 800k. As for mobile cellular carriers, you get 645 plus, where on SpyPush it is unknown and on Adplexity it is around 120 plus. Then Anstrex, SpyPush and Adplexity, all of them have data filters and keyword search functions as well, but for the affiliate network detection only Anstrex has it. And then for the scraping method we have real cellular devices, but then for the SpyPush and Adplexity we have device emulators, which is not the same. So the first option, which is on Anstrex, provides much more accurate data. As you can see, for data accuracy it is excellent for real cellular devices, and then for the SpyPush and Adplexity it is not that great, but just remember that this is regarding the scraping method, so the other tools are still pretty good to use if you need a spy tool. Then on Anstrex you also have a save and recall search, whereas on SpyPush and Adplexity you don't have that. This goes as well for landing pages, CPC bid history, advanced boolean search, alerts on competitors. All of those features are included on Anstrex and not on the other two that I've just mentioned. And Anstrex usually has a pretty decent price, so for the monthly price the Anstrex Pops would cost you $89.99, whereas for SpyPush it would be $59 and for Adplexity $249. Adplexity is the most expensive option and Anstrex is usually on the middle with a good set of features, and as you can see the cheapest one is actually SpyPush, which is not as great as Adplexity or Anstrex, but it is an option nonetheless. And of course Adplexity is a bit expensive. They do have a pretty good user interface, but they don't have a landing page ripper or builder such as Anstrex. And as you can see, as of right now it costs absolutely nothing because the software is on beta. So if you want to check it out, just go into the description, click on that link, and then you can create your own account and start testing. And while you are at it, you can also test the dropship tool, which is also available for free during beta. While in beta you might find some problems with the software, so that's a consideration to have when you are testing a product in beta. And as you can see, here is the sum up. So 32 plus pop ad networks, data from 92 countries, 850 plus mobile carriers, landing page ripper, advanced search and filtering, competitor alerts, online chat support, and 2-day no obligation trial. So after the beta you can test the software for 2 days without needing to pay anything at all. And then here you have an FAQ, so they have sometimes some discount coupons. You can take a look at which mobile cellular networks they cover. So if you are looking for a specific carrier, then you can take a look at this huge list. So they have everything right here. Here are the pop ad networks that they support, which are 32, and you have all of them here. Then for the geos or countries, you can check out the list right here, and they have a lot of them as well. Just bear in mind that sometimes spy tools might not have all of the geos available in the world, but when the geos are fairly close to each other, you can still have success with similar ad campaigns. And then they have other that you can check out as well by clicking on that arrow pointing down. And that's pretty much it for this page. Now I'm going to turn off the camera and jump into the dashboard and show you everything that you can do with the software. Once you sign up for Anstrex and enter the main dashboard, you will see a bunch of different pop ads in what they call the creatives, but if you are being specific, pop ads don't really have creatives creative. So these are images of the landing pages. There are a lot of filters at the top. You also have another menu right here, the user menu. This is where you can access other software as well. And then you also have some sliders right here, but let's start with the type. So in pop ads we have two types, which is pop and redirect. Both are considered pop ads, but for pop ads we have regular pop ads which appear in front of the site or on a new browser window or in a new tab. Whereas for the redirect, users usually misspell a domain name and they end up on the landing page or sales page for the offer, such as Google being Google instead of Google, or a misspell of, for example, Amazon without the second A, or even Facebook without one of the O's, and then they will land on another page which goes to an offer. This is redirect, so you can choose to have all of them shown up, or you can choose one of those if you want to run a specific type, or you can take a look at both if you want to just look at landing pages and not consider the type that appears right here. Then we also have ad network. This is what you can use to spy on ad campaigns that are running on a specific ad network, such as propeller ads, roller ads, rich ads, and others. You can use this if you want to find offers that are getting a lot of traction on a specific network, or you also run similar offers there. More information you can collect is top geos, verticals, and offers for that network. Then we have the geos, and as you can see, if there's a huge list of filters that you can select, then it will have a search bar, which makes it much easier. So this is where you go to if you want to find a specific geo. If you want to use multiple ones under one search, you would need to use this advanced search menu, which I'm going to show you later on. Running ads on a specific geo group can be a good strategic decision. Specializing in a set of countries gives you some competitive advantage and allows newbies to also save costs on servers. You can play around with languages and cultures that have more in common, which in turn allows you to test some of the same angles on different but similar geos. So if you have a group such as LATAM, which is Latino American countries, or Asian countries, or European countries, you would instead use the advanced search to do that. Or if you want to just look at a specific country on one of your geo groups that I've just mentioned, then you can individually look at one of those by using this geo option right here. And you can also use this filter if you want to target only tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3 countries due to costs, CPC, or your knowledge about them. And as I said, it's easier to sort ads by using the advanced search with multiple filters instead of looking at each one of the countries individually. We also have then an option for the platform, and here we have Android, desktop, macOS, and iOS. This is very straightforward. It will display ads being run on different devices with different operating systems and characteristics. This impacts the way that visitors interact with your ads, and that's why you should never mix two platforms on the same campaign. If you want to test platforms, you can create individual campaigns for each one of them, or predetermine which one of them has most interest for you or works better with your audience. We also have another option, which is for language. Some countries speak more than one language. A lot of countries have a language that is the most spoken or predominant. However, targeting the second or third most spoken language on that country could be what you are looking for if, for example, your offer is made for expats or people who are on vacation but still speak a foreign language. It really depends on the audience or people you are trying to get your message across. For carriers, you can use this to find them. So we have the countries sorted by 1 to 9. Then we have A, B and C, D and L, M to N, O to R, and S to Z. They have created these filters based on the carriers that are included so that it is easier to find them. And of course, if you have a specific one, you can just use the search bar. You don't need to always use this option unless your offers are mobile carrier offers or you are already pretty deep into the testing phase, as other variables are usually more worthy of your budget. If your offers are mobile carrier types, use and abuse it. Then we have the affiliate network, which is very useful if you want to find an exact match for an offer because you have a unique angle for it. Plus, it might be easier to find similar offers on the same network if you have their info. Not only that, but you can also compare the same offer on different affiliate networks for better payout rates, or who knows, maybe a higher cap. And so again, you still have them sorted by all, then 1 to 9, A, B to C, C, D to L, M to N, O to R, and S to Z according to the name of that networks and the networks that are included and compatible with Anstrex. Then for the tracker we have some options as well. I don't find this as useful as other options, but you might. You can sort ads by the software that's being used to track them, hence link tracker. So we have AdsBridge, Bmob, Binom, Lead Pages, Prosper, 202, Thrive Tracker, and Volume, some of the most popular options. Most of them are using Binom, which is a self-hosted link tracker that's mostly used by professional affiliate marketers, since you do need to have your own server, which in turn does have other advantages. And we also have technology. At first sight it looks a bit like a mixed bag if you don't know what you are looking for, but this is still very useful nonetheless. You can use it to find app installs or pages using a certain landing page software such as ClickFunnels or a CMS such as WordPress. So if you click on Android apps, you'll mostly find app install offers, which is pretty cool. You can easily find those if that's what you want to do. And there's a whole new world for just app installs, which can be very profitable as well, although the payouts might be low. Then there's Chrome extensions, ClickFunnels, Magento, PrestaShop, Search Ads, Arbitrage, Shopify, WooCommerce, WordPress, and also iOS apps. As I said, is very useful depending on the type of offers that you are running. So if you are not running SOI but you are running app installs for iOS or Android, then you don't want to skip this filter right here. Then you have a sort option right here. This is what you can use to sort through all of the ads. You can show ads first based on these metrics. Ad gravity measures the performance of an ad in recent weeks. Ascending will show ads with less performance, while descending will show the best performers first. Then we also have ad strength. This is both on ascending and descending. Ad strength is a metric that measures the performance of an ad over its entire lifetime, and the same logic applies for ascending and descending. You can use it to spot long-term trends or ads that performed well in the past. And of course, for the ad gravity, it would be useful to also spot short-term trends in ads, themes, and other important info you can use to make new angles that are time relevant. So for example, for holidays and other important events. You also have other options for dates, such as date first seen, ascending and descending, date last seen, and also duration. So as for date first seen is pretty obvious. It is the first time an ad was seen or registered on the Anstrex database. Then date last seen, recently added to the database, and duration, which you can use to sort ads by how much time they have been running, from the smallest time frame to the biggest, ascending, or biggest to the lowest, descending. Ads might have performed well in the past, which doesn't necessarily mean that they will do great right now, so make sure to spin it up. Don't just copy paste the ads that you see in here. Next, we are going to check out the slider bar section. I'm using the terms or terminology that you can find on the Anstrex knowledge base. This is a page that they have where they put in all of the details so that you can get around the platform. So if you have any doubts about the usage of it, you can go to the knowledge base. They will have tutorials there written, and I think they also have some videos as well. Anyways, let's get to the slider bar. Here you have three options, which are days running, ad strength, and gravity. So instead of sorting, it is still kind of a filter, but this one will allow you to mess with the intervals. In a nutshell, it allows you to include or exclude ads within the values you select for these ranges. If you already have specific values in mind for the amount of days, you can put the same number in the minimum and max value, or set it up for at least 7 days. For example, right here, if you want the ad to be running at least for 7 days, you can put it right here, and then of course it will reload and show the ads that have been running for at least 7 days. And then you can put, for example, a max. Imagine that you only want to check out ads that are running for 30 days. You can do the same and replace the 7 by 30. Of course, if you leave the slider on the max, then the max would be 217 days. And of course, you can play around with other values as well. You can also filter out ads if they have gravity below what you feel comfortable with promoting, and same for the ad strength. So as you can see, gravity here goes from 0 to 396. So if you want to be very precise with your gravity, then it will be very useful to get to know the platform and test ads for a specific audience, because you will then be more familiar with gravity. As for for now, you can use it from 0. As for gravity, if you don't know exactly what to do and you still haven't just used this setting yet, then you could use some well-known percentages. For example, you could see how much is 80% or 60% of the 396 gravity, and then you can use that number for the gravity if you want to, or you can use it, for example, if you want the ad to have gravity that's more than half, or for example, you could use this slider and put the gravity more or less in the middle, or for something like 50 to 60 if you want to, and then it will show ads that again might be performing well in a relatively short term and recently. When you are using these sliders, make sure to slide the blue circles and not just click, because then it might actually do something that you don't want to and instead move the last or the first circle. So make sure to slide them or use the value boxes right here. You can also do the same for ad strength and input some values right here. If you don't have a lot of experience with this tool or with running pop ads, then it is harder to gauge a specific ad that you want to run just based on the values that you see right here. You could use some relevant percentages according to the total amount that you see right here. You can also use the Pareto distribution as well, so looking for the 80% relative to that total number right here, or the 20%. But as you run ad campaigns and gain experience, you will have your own preferences, which can be completely different from other media buyers but still provide good results. It's about you finding out what works for you, which, as you can see, until right now the tool is very useful and has a lot of functionality to it. Now let's check out one of my favorites, which is the search function. So here you have the basic search and the advanced search. So if you click on that search button, it will open up a pop-up box just as you see on the screen. You have some options right here: the landing page text, landing page URL, landing page domain, creative URL chains, and publisher domain. For the landing page text, you can find landing pages using certain words, terms, headlines, and so on. As for landing page URL, if you saved or have a specific landing page URL, then you can find that page by pasting the URL in here and hitting search. Here's how the landing page domain works. So some media buyers use custom domains to inspire trust and group their campaigns according to the vertical or niche. Custom domains can inspire more trust into the visitors who enter the landing page. If you have a domain in mind, you can enter it here, and then you can find multiple landing pages using the exact custom domain name. Then for creative URL chains, this allows you to search URLs in both inbound and outbound URL redirect chains. A URL redirect chain is a collection of URLs belonging to the different domains that is observed when the URLs are directed to and from various servers until it hits the landing page domain. These URL chains are important for detecting various ad networks, trackers, affiliate networks, and others. You can also use this, which is the publisher domain, and this option will allow you to search all the ads belonging to a particular publisher domain. Then for the advanced search, this is where you can actually sort your ads using more than one filter. So this has a logic to it, which you can use by starting with this. I'm just going to delete this one to make it simpler. So let's start with an and or. So if you use an and in here, you can't actually change that. But on here, you will need to first choose a category. So here you have multiple options such as ad network, affiliate network, carrier, country, date first seen, date last seen, landing page domain, landing page URL, language, platform, publisher domain, publisher type, technology, tracker, and URL chains. This is useful. After you collect some data about your audience, you can simply go here and create your own sort of segment with a specific set of countries, devices, and the others that I've just mentioned, and you can decide how to sort them. For ease of use, you can save your search, and then you can come back here as many times as you need later on by using that saved search, and it saves a lot of time. So let's say that I want to filter the ads that are being displayed by country. I can go to here, add one country, and then I can put equal to display that same country. I can put equal to display the ads for that same country, which I select right here. I can use not equal to exclude that country, or I can put in contains so that it contains that country. I would mostly use equal or not equal. Then if you want to use multiple countries for a specific zone, such as Latino American countries, countries, Asian countries or European countries, you can add a new rule, and then you would put in here the country equal to, and then you have 2 countries. For this to work, you would have to use OR. If you are using the AND, this means that it will show you offers that are running both on the first country and the second country, and if you use OR, means that the offers might be running on the first country or on the second country. And this is what you would use if you are looking for a specific set of countries, not an offer that runs on multiple ones. So for the first one, you will have less ads displayed because those are running on multiple countries, which is less ads, and then on the OR you will have more because the ads might be running on the first or on the second, just to make it a little bit clear. And then you can use the same logic for all of the others. You can add more rules here as well and more groups, and you can create multiple groups and chain them together as well. So if you add a new group here, then you can also click AND OR, and as you can see, you can add a lot of complexity to it. I like to keep it simple, and so I will use the least amount of rules as possible. And then you can also sort it by add gravity, add strength, data first seen, data last seen, and duration, and ascending to descending. And here is where you can actually just save it. So as you can see, I'm not using a specific criteria, so I would just as an example put in here A countries and then save it, and I can access this later on. So for example, let me just save this, save, and then if I want to reach that, then I would go again to search, and then it would be saved here. Now here you have the user drop-down menu. This is where you can access other tools on the Anstrex suite. You can management payment, you can sign out or manage the landing pages you saved during your research. So here you have Anstrex native, push, pops, dropship, which is the one that is still on beta, which you can test for free, alerts, profile, payment info, manage server accounts. This is where you can link your servers so that you can deploy landing pages directly without downloading them. You have the web page downloader. You might be using this one more often because this is where you will see all of your saved landing pages. You then have the knowledge base where you can learn everything about the software and its features. I would highly recommend it, especially for knowing how to use the filters, and you can also contact them for support and log out. Now, if you were to already put the filters that you want, you would then scroll down, find an ad that you want to take a look at. So let's select a random one. Then it will load up a preview, or rather a synopsis. This is where you can take a look at the full screenshot. You can copy the URL, take a look at the URL chains, which as you can see will show you all the inbound URLs and the outbound URLs. If that wasn't clear when I explained it to you on the filters, inbound is simply the URLs that are going into the page and outbound out of the page. And then you can choose right here the page. So you have multiple ones right here, one for login numbers, press, awards, and others. And in this case, this is an binary options offer. And here you can also download and deploy directly from here. So if you click on here, it will ask you, do you want to download the following page, which is a confirmation. And then if you click on it, then it will save the page to the web page downloader that I've just showed you, that you can access through the user's drop-down menu. You also can see the main URL right here. You have the creative, which in this case doesn't really have a creative because it's a pop ad. It is the pop type and not the redirect. And this is not really a creative, but it is rather the landing page itself. And you can click on it to zoom it. So if you want to see the whole preview, then you zoom it and then you push down the bar and you can take a look at it. But of course, media buyers would look at the entire landing page. In statistics, you can get very interesting intel. So here are the daily stats of the creative. So the statistics display a daily graphic of the bars type, which shows how relative strength and rank stack up together and change over time. And you can adjust the time frame and show either a weekly or monthly graph. So you can choose between one of those right here, and you can just make this time frame bigger or smaller, and you have the dates right here. You can see how an ad is performing, the rank and the relative strength. So the rank is in the red and the relative strength is shown by the bars. And if you over them, you can take a look at the exact relative strength value. This will allow you to gauge how an ad is performing over time. This one peaked at February 27, then decreased a bit and then started to increase again. And you can of course just zoom out to take take a look at it during the rest of the time frame, which is fairly useful. Now on the landing pages, this will actually show you the landing pages for that same ad, which you can visit, copy the URL and see the domain name. So visit page, copy URL, or if you click on here, it will open up the page, and if you click on here, it will show you a preview. And in this case, they are very similar. Just looking to see if there's any different variable right here, because sometimes landing pages are the exact same but change a little bit of text, a logo, an image, which doesn't seem to be the case. If you go into publishers, we can discover what sites are the ads being shown on or appearing, which are the placements, and even better, you can see what ad networks you can sign up if you want to use that same placement too. So imagine that you want your ad to appear on okclips.net, you would need to use Propeller Ads. If you want it to appear on this blogspot site, you would use either Propeller Ads, AdMaven or AdCache, and so on. And you can take a look at the percentage of the traffic that's coming from a specific site or placement. You can see the date first seen, date last seen, and the duration in days. And if you want to just be very specific regarding what sites you run your ads on, you can do so by going into here. You can actually narrow down your search from the beginning instead of just running on all of them. And if you figure out a pattern of pretty bad sites using Anstrex, then you can put them on your blacklist and save your budget that way as well. And of course, if you want to manipulate that data, you can also use the CSV export all, or you can export the widget ID, and you can select the info that you want to export. So if you select 1, 2 or 3 lines, you use the CSV export and it will export only those lines or rows. One thing that I forgot to mention is that it will also show you a circular graph for all of the publishers right here. So as you can see in this case, 56% is on others. So it won't actually detect all of them, but will detect a major part of the publishers, as you can see right here. And you can see that all of the others are also running on almost half of it. Then if we jump into ad networks, this is the same for the ad networks. You can quickly figure out where the majority of the traffic is coming from. And again, when you check out the publishers are your ad placements, and your ad placements, you can get access to them by using an ad network. So here are the ad networks, and you can see which ones are being used the most. So in this case, it's 80% Propeller Ads. So this is a pretty important piece of data that you can use, because of course, if 80% of the ads are being run on Propeller Ads, and if the ads running on Propeller Ads are doing well, then you should probably just run most of your campaigns on Propeller Ads. And of course, you also have a list right here with the percentage of traffic running on each one of the ad networks. Here for the devices, you can also check out all of the devices and what percentage of them is being used or where the traffic is going to. In this case, 51%, which is roughly half of the traffic, is going towards desktop devices, and another half is going to desktop macOS, whereas you have a very little percentage for Android and iOS, but this may vary depending on the offer. There are offers that actually have a huge percentage of traffic going to Android and iOS and a very little percentage of traffic going to desktop. So you can see why this would be important, because there are offers that convert a lot more in mobile than in a desktop environment, and this also changes from geo to geo. So on countries that are not as developed, there might be more mobile devices than desktops. Then here for geos, if you don't know what country you want to run the ads, this breaks down exactly in what countries an ad is running and the percentage allocated to this country. So you can see right here 47.3% is on others, but then all of the rest you can check out. This geo also has 5.9%, and then you can check out all of the percentages on this list right here, and of course you can sort the geos and the percentage traffic. So let's see which one has the highest percentage. In this case it is Laos, and then Thailand, also UAE, Singapore, Dominican Republic and Brazil in this specific case. And you can also open this exact same panel on a new tab. This will just show you all of the details that I've just mentioned, but on another tab, which which is easier for you to see and not get distracted with all of the other things that might be on the background. And that's pretty much it for the tab that you see once you click on an ad. Now we go into the download and deploy phase. After saving some landing pages that you might want to use as templates or ads, then you will need to go into the web page downloader in the user drop-down menu. So you can access it by going into this menu, and to access that you click on this arrow which is near your avatar for your account, and then you go to the web page downloader, and this is where you'll see your saved ads. They will be deleted after 24 hours. So if you really want to save them, you can download them, put them on your server if you have a server to collect data, for example if you use a self-hosted tracker, or you can save them on your desktop while you still need them. So here is where you will start seeing some advantages that Anstrex has, which is the landing page management system with an included landing page builder. So the two main options going forward are to zip and download the landing page or edit. If you just want to outsource this workload to your best freelancer or a landing page cleaning service, then you click on zip and download, you send them the file, and then that's pretty much it. So you click on here and instant and direct download. But if you are doing it all by yourself or you are just starting out, then you want to click on edit. So let's click on edit, and then after clicking on edit you'll have two options, which is the quick editor and the comprehensive editor. For the quick editor we have link editor only, full JavaScript support and compatibility. You would use the quick editor if you want to rip and run with the landing pages as is. This will allow you to edit outbound links so that it points to your offers instead of someone else's offers who was running it before you, and most JavaScript functions will work 90% of the time. So let's check it out. Let's use the quick editor for one of the pages that I have saved. I was going to use the one on the example which was for the options, but the quick editor wasn't working for that page, and it might happen so in a very few ads. So you need to bear that in mind. In the case of where it was not working, then you would need to go to the original link, and then you might want to use that to edit it or use the whole page as a template to design a new landing page, or of course you can just download it and use Sublime Text or other HTML editor. But right here we have an example. So this is a pretty simple landing page. Then you can see a workflow example which might facilitate everything. So when we are on the web page downloader, we are on the first step, which is download. Then when we edit, we are on the second one, which is edit, and that slider will go to the second step, and then the third step is optimize, and the fourth is deploy. This is where we would want to edit it, and on the quick editor the only thing we can edit are the outbound links so that the traffic goes to your offer, and it will show them right away, so you don't need to dig into the HTML code yourself, because it will show you the hrefs that you need to replace, and you would replace this with your links. Then you would replace, and that's it. You replace your links. You can then jump into the optimize step, and then you can choose what you want to minify. Minify means that you are compressing your files to make the page load faster. Then you click OK, and then it will be optimizing the page. After the optimization is done, you can go to deploy, and if you have your server connected to Anstrex, you can then deploy it to your server. And as you can see, I do not, so that wouldn't work for me. Now let's stop and go back to the download because I want to show you the other editor. So let's go for here, click on edit, comprehensive editor. This is for the users who want to edit the landing page to have their own headlines, text, image, or just go straight into the URL code. In this case, some JavaScript functions might not work as expected, but it really depends on what you edit on that landing page. I didn't expect a lot from it since this is a spy tool and not a landing page builder, but all things considered, the editors are very handy and allow you to change almost every single element without a lot of technicalities involved. But just be aware that as a media buyer or affiliate, you are bound to learn some HTML and JavaScript or CSS eventually. Although you don't need to be a full stack web dev to do it, a basic understanding will be sufficient most of the times to just replace links and text and images. When editing pages, you can hover your mouse with the text cursor over this step, just like I showed you, to proceed further. In this case, first we would use the comprehensive editor. This is what you can do with it. So you can edit the outbound links, you can edit the JavaScript or add your own scripts. For example, if you want to use a script that will take advantage of the GEO or the name of the person who is visiting your landing page, you can add a script that does exactly that on here, and then you can save it. You can also find and replace text, so this makes it much easier. I'm just using an example, and as you can see, it found this text right here, and then I can replace it. But of course, you can also use the drag and drop functions. So if you want to edit this headline right here, all you need to do is just press on it and you can right away edit it. Very smooth, you don't need to do anything else. You can straight go into here and delete the words and write whatever you want, just like a regular landing page builder. You can change the style of this email field, or you can edit the button. You can edit this button right here. You can change the image, you can align it, you can choose how it is displayed, you can change the style, take a look at the alternative text, you can replace that image without even worrying about the dimensions, you can change the image caption, delete it, or you can even insert a link. You can then use all of your regular text options such as bold, italic, underline, strike through, add subscript, superscript, change the font size, the colors, inline style, the paragraph style. You can align your text however you want, insert links, an image, a video if you want to create a video landing page. You can insert a table or emoticons, special characters and other stuff as well. You can select all. This would select all elements on a page. If you want to clean that up, you can clear the formatting, print it. If you use the print function, you can not only print it, you can save it on your device in the PDF format. If you don't know how to use this, you can go to help and then it will show you a bunch of navigation shortcuts. If you want to change the code directly, you can click on code view and this will act as a regular HTML and JavaScript editor, but it does seem to be taking some time to load. And now that's pretty much it regarding the landing page editor. It is not the best one to do everything. It includes a simple editor that you can use to edit your landing page quite easily, so it's very functional. However, it's not as smooth and polished as a landing page builder which you would use individually, such as Unbounce, ClickFunnels or anything like that. But just bear in mind that when you are running ads for pop or push traffic, what you want is speed and not necessarily a lot of bloat, which some landing page builders actually do. And for example, if you would use ClickFunnels, the pages sometimes can load very slowly. So what I would recommend you do is instead focus on simple landing pages that load fast. So if you can learn a bit of code, then that will improve your results. You also have a filter right here, so if you disable this filter, it will show you all of the creatives including adult. If you enable it, it will blur out adult previews for certain ads. Now here are some pros and cons of using Anstrex Pops. They actually achieve some of the things pretty well, so there's pretty good execution for a lot of the tasks, but they still lack on some aspects as well. So they have a lot of insights on your competitors, including the ad networks, where the traffic is coming for the type of devices, the publishers, which I found very important. They also have a landing page editor at no extra cost. They allow you to deploy landing pages directly from the dashboard, and you can create segments in the advanced search. So you can, based on certain metrics, go to the advanced search, put those metrics there, and then you will have a whole segment that you can target and find ads for, so that you keep yourself focused and avoid looking at a bunch of different ads while creating a bunch of different campaigns. Then some cons are the user interface. It could use some more polish. Some things still feel a bit sluggish. I might just blame that on the beta. So this is still on beta phase, which means that there might be some issues still because it's not the final version of the software. So you also need to have that in mind if you are testing it out. And of course, some of the things regarding the functionality, the software allows you to achieve, but it's not in the best way possible. So some of the tasks that you do with it could be a little bit simpler, such as for example the filters, and of course they could use other terminology besides or and. Another point of course was that while I was testing the software, the saved searches did not work and the editor did not work for certain landing pages, while the edit HTML also was working some some of the times and other times not, but we will have to see if that still persists on the final version of the software. What I mean is the software is pretty good, it is useful, but there are some things that they could and should improve while they are on the beta phase, and I think that it is sometimes a good option to have a beta so that you have feedback from users so that you can then improve things that might be lacking on your tool and then sell it as a final product which has everything working fully. Anstrex aims to give you a decent price when compared to other spy tools for the same ad format and capabilities, and sometimes even surpassing it, including extra features that are not part of a regular spy tool, such as the landing page editor or builder. Once you learn how to use the tool, it is very easy to get around. Again, I still feel that the interface could be improved upon to make the experience a bit smoother, particularly in the landing page editor department. Overall, it's a great tool for media buyers, affiliates and the like. If you liked the video, give it a like, subscribe for more useful software, marketing tips and even some crypto stuff. You can quickly find that by using the playlists on my channel. Again, you can also check out the description and access my curated list of digital marketing tools from design, content marketing, traffic generation and other spy tools or landing page builders. The link to try out Anstrex Pops during beta will also be down in the description as well. Thanks for watching and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.